Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of my Arty Musings series. I hope you guys have had a great Saturday so far. I am slightly underdressed because I had a late evening painting session, and to be honest, I couldn't be bothered getting that dressed up today. I hope you don't mind. In this video, I actually wanted to cover something that I think I briefly touched upon before, but I have been meaning to talk a little bit more about, and that is the value of constructive criticism. Now, I know that encouragement and having a positive atmosphere around you and having people who support you in what you do does actually enhance your experience with whatever you are learning or whatever you are striving to complete. Or if you're a creative person, if you have people who appreciate what you do, you tend to enjoy it more because your self-esteem grows. So it is important to have a very positive atmosphere around you, and I've talked about this before. When it comes to people who are naysayers or people who are always negative, it's important to distance yourself from them so that they don't eat into your personal relationship with yourself and thus with your work. But at the same time, as much as having a very encouraging atmosphere around you helps you to continue working and you find joy in it, it doesn't really help you in a technical sense. And at that point, constructive criticism or honest, helpful feedback can make a huge difference in how you develop as an artist, or if you do something else, then whatever vocation you have chosen. And there is a difference between constructive criticism, which is always very objective. Somebody has taken the time out to identify a problem area and they have perhaps come up with a solution, or they have insight into that specific issue, and they may be able to help you. And in that sense, they are really being very respectful towards you because they have taken the time and effort to help you. But at other times, you get people who they don't mean any harm, but they just share a mere opinion. And as much as sharing opinions is fine, and I generally like hearing what other people have to say about my work, even if it's not exactly constructive criticism. I like to hear how they relate to my work, for example, and what they think of the image or how it makes them feel. But a lot of the time it will be just a subjective opinion. And for a lot of people, as an example, they like things that are pretty or lovely, or paintings that are purely decorative. And as an artist, you're always looking to create work that has an impact, that makes the audience question things, that has a message that is larger than life in certain ways, or at least tries to portray that sense of life being more than we can explain in words. At least that's what I try to do. And in some cases, people may dislike a piece of work because it confronts them or it makes them feel uncomfortable, but that doesn't mean that the piece of work is incorrect, or it doesn't have its place, because a lot of the times the work may be objectively fantastic, but people may react in a way, because each person is going to have their own reaction. It'll always be subjective. But when someone takes the time out to really analyze your work and help you, whether it's in a technical aspect, or if they are talking about how lucid your messages are, if you're like me and you like to have a message or a story coming through your work, sometimes having someone explain why or why not it doesn't work with the specific symbology you use really helps open your eyes to how you can improve and how you can make your work better. And of course, as you work as an artist, over time you naturally develop, but having a fresh pair of eyes and someone else's feedback allows you to take leaps forward. And in this sense, constructive criticism actually has more value than encouragement or someone just saying that they really like your work. But you have to be careful at times, because there are people who, in contrast to people who just have an opinion and they're sharing the opinion, but they don't really mean to be disrespectful, there are people who can be insidious. So you have to be careful when you take feedback. You have to make sure whoever it is that is giving you feedback, they are knowledgeable about the subject or that specific field you're working in, that they mean well, that they're not pretending to care about your development and then actually making it harder for you to make progress. And you get all kinds of people in the world, and they may not fall into these specific brackets, but they can be in between. Sometimes they mean well, and sometimes for whatever reason they might say something that actually doesn't help. But as an artist, you have to take everyone's feedback, and you may or not take it into account the next time you paint. But if it's someone who you admire and trust, and you know that they have your improvement in mind, if they're really trying to help you, then you can definitely take the feedback and try to see how to apply it the next time you paint. And this is one of the reasons I wanted to bring it up, because I think it's very easy to feel like constructive criticism is a personal attack, and it is never a personal attack. It's different. This is why I say there's a difference between a subjective opinion and someone trying to bring you down and constructive criticism. It may be harsh, and sometimes you may think that they're being unfair and a little extreme in their judgment, but give it time, think about what they're saying, and perhaps think about it for a while and see if applying their advice actually helps you improve. If it doesn't help you in any way, then just discard it and move on. But don't think of constructive criticism as a personal attack, because that way you're blocking yourself from accepting or receiving things that actually could help you in the long run. I think that's pretty much what I wanted to mention in this quick video. If there is anything else, I will add it on to next week's video. But I hope this helps you understand how criticism or constructive criticism can actually be of use in the improvement of your skills. And for me specifically, it's painting, and I always enjoy receiving feedback, because I know it makes a huge difference to how I will improve over time. So with that, I will say, I hope that you guys have the kind of people around you who can give you encouragement, but also be very honest and very clear and tell you when you need to be told that something needs changing. Alright guys, I'll see you next week, so take care and have a great Sunday tomorrow. Bye.